WWE's TLC is this Sunday, and there's a lot of matches that have been made over the past few weeks. Actually, last night was probably the most matches made so far. There is no kickoff match at this point. Hopefully we'll learn more of that on SmackDown or on a different show or main event or something like that, but there does not seem to be a kickoff match announced as of yet. So any one of these matches could possibly be the kickoff match, but I doubt. There's one possible that could be one. But first off, let's go to the. All these actually are championship match. No, the exception of one is not a championship match, but it could be possibly. First up, we have the Divas Championship match between Charlotte and Paige. This is probably the final match on this feud so far, but with an added involvement, Ric Flair will be in the corner of his daughter, Charlotte. And The Miz pretty much got a rim job there, the whole fucking thing, where he got destroyed by Ric Flair and Charlotte, verbally, and could have been physically if Paige did not come out there and did something. But a big point here is that Ric Flair was slapped by Paige, which honestly I don't even remember the last time Ric Flair was slapped. I want to say maybe in TNA, or maybe during the Shawn Michaels Ric Flair WrestleMania thing with the old Yeller bit. That could be possible, but I'm not sure. But I mean, that says something. That you slapped a two-time Hall of Famer. You slapped the Nature Boy. You slapped a 16-time world champion. And some say he might be 25 or 21 times, depending on how you look at titles. But at the end of the day, you slapped a legend. Probably the greatest wrestler who has ever lived. You slapped an icon. You slapped the end-all, be-all in professional wrestling. And got away with it. That says something. That says a lot. That if Paige could win this match, that solidifies her as the top diva in the Divas division. That proves that she is what she says she is, that she has been the Divas Revolution. And that proves that point. If she can defeat the daughter of the Nature Boy right after slapping the Nature Boy himself. But again, Charlotte has basically just won the title at Night of Champions. So it would not make sense for her to lose the belt this easily or this quickly as well. But if they were to do it, then I don't know. And then we have a 8-man table elimination match. The Dudley Boys, Tommy Dreamer, and Rhino face the entire Wyatt family. Now this is a match that's been interesting because when this first happened, I thought, oh, they're gonna bring Spike Dudley back and have the Dudley Boys fully together. Maybe bring back Sign Guy or something like that, but I doubt they would do that. But what we did get was even more shocking. We got the return of Tommy Dreamer, a man who has been in TNA for a while, but has also had a major involvement in forming his own company, the House of Hardcore, which is a really great product, and I honestly would recommend it to anyone who would want to watch it. For those who know, it's basically a revival of ECW in a way, but it's also having a lot of new talent, fresh talent. It's a great product overall. And we've had a man who has been in NXT for the longest time, the Man Beast, Rhino. And it's interesting because people have always wanted Rhino to be on the main roster to begin with, but him being at NXT, helping the new crop of superstars and divas, was always a good thing. It always ensured him he would have a spot on the roster. And honestly, I don't know how he'll adjust to the WWE style once he's back in the WWE ring. We saw a little bit of it last night as a part of the part of a 4-team elimination match with the Dudleys, Rhino and them, the League of Nations, Wyatt family, and then Roman's family, or whatever the hell they're calling it. But with that being said, I don't know how this is going to go, because this is elimination. So we could potentially see almost all of the team of each team be eliminated before we get to the final person. It could be 1-on-1, it could be 2-on-1, it could be 2-on-2 for a while. You don't know. It's like a Survivor Series in a way. It's like a Survivor Series match in a way. You don't know how this is going to go. But you're bringing back 2 people. So I would assume that you are going to give them the win. But with Dreamer's passing TNA, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the only one eliminated on the team. If he's the only one eliminated, I wouldn't doubt it at all if that happens. But you need to give the Wyatts a win as well. They've been on a losing streak as of late, and it's quite unfortunate, but you did give them a win. I'm honestly more, more intrigued in what would happen with Braun Strowman. This guy's a fucking monster. This guy is fucking huge. You see this guy, and he could be his own team at this point. The guy is that big, and they've been pushing him as a big monster to where he basically jobbed out Tommy Dreamer on Raw in a match, a singles match, not just the match, the elimination match thing, but a singles match as well. But I don't know how they're going to do this with Rhino being a former NWA champion in TNA, a former ECW champion of the old ECW, never coming back except for the one-night stands, and I think he came for the Edge retirement thing as well. But it just depends how they're going to do this, because I don't know what they're going to do. It's very interesting what they'll do here. And finally, the Mex American Championship is on the line in a chairs match. For those who've never seen a chairs match before, I don't blame you for ever not seeing a chairs match, but if this is your first time watching it, basically, chairs are legal in the match. It's that simple. You don't win by using a chair. You probably could, but you don't win by getting a chair from somewhere like a pole or something. That's not how it works. Chairs are legal, and anything goes at that point. It's Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger, and it's a very interesting match. Before we go into the match, I did want to say one thing. Prior to this, Alberto Del Rio was fulfilling a contractual obligations with other companies. That was probably one of the major things of him coming to WWE, was to fulfill those obligations. At WWC, the World Wrestling Council, which is a federation in Puerto Rico, a famous company in Puerto Rico, mind you, and he was attacked by fans. This is not the first time that people have attacked wrestlers. Hell, you go all the way back in the day where Roddy Piper got stabbed by people. But today, nowadays, it's not that extreme in a way. It is to a degree, especially in Puerto Rico, because Puerto Rico, God, they still think it's fucking real. So that's probably most of those things happen anyway. Especially how that's where Bruiser Brody died, and then, but that's another story for another time. But still, with that being said, it's frightening to see that these people have been attacked almost daily and weekly, to the point where Sheamus has been attacked, to the point where Roman Reigns justifiably was attacked, Dean Ambrose was attacked, Seth Rollins was attacked. I'm probably missing someone, but Del Rio is the more recent one at this point. So I don't know what's going to happen here. Obviously, he's able to compete, as we saw on Raw, as part of the League of Nations in that elimination tag match thing. And what's going on here is interesting, because we had the Jack Swagger, Zeb Coulter reuniting in a way, but we also have him with Del Rio, former Mex America. And it's interesting, because this is a match, much like the World Title match, where the League of Nations could potentially lose gold. I don't know. I think the original plan was to have Cena win it back at TLC, which, honestly, I don't know why you would do that, but this is an even worse idea. To give Swagger the belt. I mean, I love Swagger. I love what he does, but he has been nowhere near a championship match in years. He has been nowhere close to even a championship, much less a world title, much less a championship like the Mex American title. This is honestly could be the pre-show match. This honestly could be the pre-show match in my mind. And with that being said, it's very easy here. Del Rio retains. There's no way, and he just won the title. He just won the title as well at Hell in a Cell. What was that, like a month or two ago? Yeah, a month or two ago. So that shouldn't be, this should not be a title match. If anything, I don't know if it'll be a title match. And I don't want it to. But all I do know is that TLC is this Sunday, and we could see the fall of the Roman Empire, and Roman could ask for his country back. But I doubt it.